throughout our stitching kingdom, and welcome. Welcome to all the new friends that have joined me on my stitching journey. I am so happy, so happy to have you all here, and a special shout out to Sarah Stitch and Mommy for putting that shout out there, and we've reached my goal of 1,000 subscribers by my birthday. It's actually a week before my birthday because my birthday's next week. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I was just it's surreal, and I know it's not like, to me it's a big thing, and I'm so very grateful for this community and how supportive we are to each other. I'm back in my spot where I normally film, instead of just switching around, but I'm going to try something with my editing software to see what can happen. But welcome. Really quick, I'm going to be doing some shout outs for the Under 1,000 Subs Club. Some new to me Flosstubers, because they subscribe to me from Stitch and Mommy, and so a couple are new. And also there's a list down below. There's two lists actually. There's one that's a spreadsheet that Dawn Frosty X Stitch put together from the list that Carrie from Carrie and Stitches and I made. And then she puts in there that if you've graduated from the Under 1,000 Subs Club or not. And she told me last night, she's like, it was a pleasure to update that status. And so I thought it was really sweet of her. And yeah, just welcome. I talk about cross stitch, I talk about a little bit of knitting, a little bit of life stuff going on. So welcome. Little bit about me before I get into these shout outs is I've been cross stitching since I was probably 8 or 10. I'll be 41 next week, and took a bit of a break after high school, and then when my daughter started dancing about 5 years ago, I picked up cross stitch because I didn't want to sit there. She had 45-minute classes, and I was like, I'm not going to sit there and scroll on my phone for 45 minutes. Let me do something useful with my time. And I was like, hey, I used to cross stitch. Let's pick that back up. I had projects, and yeah, I had a project that I started in 1999. And yeah, so that was fun to finish, and I finished that a couple years ago. So that was really fun. And you'll either hear trains or you'll hear airplanes flying over. I am right in the flight path of Hill Air Force Base, which I love. So I'm the mother of one. My husband and I have been married for 13 years. I have 3 bonus kids, so mother of 4. But yeah, so it's been fun. Okay, so I am going to shout out a couple of people, and I will have their links below, just in the description box, as well as they will be in those documents that I talked about. First one is Cat Talks. She does hers in vlog style, which is really fun, and I want to say she's in England or the UK. But yeah, she was really fun to watch. Mel Wordy Stitches, or Stitcher, is in Melbourne, I believe, or she's in Australia, and she was really fun to watch. They both have lots of different projects, really neat. And then Sam from My Needle, I totally forgot she had a Flosstube, and hi, my cat's in here because she's crazy. But back in the day, we would do artist ATC exchanges, and she was one of the ones that kind of spearheaded one of them, and I remember sending her one and being, she being in charge of it. So it was really neat to see her, in person on a Flosstube. And so she also does knitting as well. So go give them a follow. Mrs. Stitches is Shelia, and she's in Nova Scotia. She is amazing. The first Flosstube I watched of hers, they were preparing for their 4th nor'easter this year, and yeah, it was neat to watch her. And she's got a lot of variety of projects. There's a couple of projects that her and her husband have charted, and from pictures that they have taken of their little town. And then there's one that's called, my favorite is Murder Row. It's got crows sitting on pylons from an old shipping dock. So it is really neat. It looks really, really good. And then I have two friends, Colleen and Corinne, Grace Note Stitchers. You'll hear about them. I'm doing a round robin with them. Two round robins, actually. One a not a round robin and one, yes, we're actually exchanging the pieces. And they right now are at 821, so we need to bump them up. So if you haven't followed them, go give them a follow. They're mother-daughter. Colleen is working right now, so she's not on there as much. It's kind of like Carla with Craft Addict Kate. Her and her daughter Samantha would be together in a lot of their newer or their older videos. But, you know, when your kids graduate and get jobs, it's harder to kind of wrangle them in for a floss tube, so I totally get that. And then Hannah from Hannah Dowling, she is at 912 subscribers, so she's only like 82 away, 88 away. I cannot math today. 88 away from graduating from the under 1,000 subs club. So if you like full coverage, Hannah's got a lot of full coverage, and they're big pieces. Like her wedding piece is still, it's so amazing. It's a picture of her and her husband during from their wedding, and it's got a special piece. You know, it's just beautiful, and she's just really sweet. She has the best laugh. I love her laugh. So, and then just some fun people to follow if you have not followed them. Kristi's Corner Needlework is amazing. She not only does cross stitch and she designs cross stitch, she also does embroidery and weaving, and she has designed a couple of temperature bookshelves. So if that's your thing, if like a temperature chart is your thing, go check her out. She is doing a Stitch 365, so each of her books on her temperature bookshelf are a different embroidery stitch, which is really neat, and she's compiling them by week, and they're really short little 3-minute videos, and they're not a tutorial, but she just kind of shows what the stitch looks like, and that's really neat. It's kind of like a stitch with me, but no talking. And then one of my favorites, she's an OG Flosstuber, Audrey Stitchy Witch 42. I got to meet her when I went to Fall Fling at the Acorns and Threads with my mom. That was so much fun to meet her and Michelle, and that's when I met Shelly KX Stitch, and just made a lot of really good friends that weekend. She recently did a Mill Hill kit, like craft with me type of thing. She walked you through how she does a Mill Hill kit. So she shows you how she separates the floss, what she does, how she puts on the beads, when she's stitching them, what does she do? And it was awesome. I think it was about an hour, and I always watch on 1.5 speed, so it wasn't like her talking wasn't too rushed or anything, and it was just neat to see the process. So yeah, like I said, thank you Sarah Stitchamami for that shout out. That I was talking with Sammy a couple nights ago, and before it even happened, and she was like, yeah, or the night that Sarah shouted me out, and the numbers just started climbing, and I was just like, what is going on? And my friend Sammy was like, yeah, when Vana shouted me out, that was when her numbers climbed. And it's just, I'm still just flabbergasted, and there will be a giveaway. I'm getting stuff together. I was going to do a birthday giveaway, but this is going to be, kind of like combination of the two. Happy birthday, and thank you. So I've been rambling because I only have one project that I've been working on this week, and hopefully, like I said, I'm going to try to mess with the lighting with my software program, but I've been working on Lady of the Flag, and this is where I'm at. Look, she's got a face. I've done her arm is back stitched. Oh, that looks so good. All of her face is in stitched, and so I finished stitching all the stitches in her arm. I just have her torch to go and beading, and then she will be done. So I'm hoping to finish her this month. Oh, that looks so gorgeous. Beautiful. This is Lady of the Flag by Mirabilia. It is out of print, and the eBay secondary markets is usually $150, $200, which I think is ridiculous. Sometimes you will find them on like the Mira buy sell trade group, some of the stash unloading groups, sometimes even on Etsy. Just make sure that they are not photocopies, because that is one that a lot of people want to cheat you out of. But just be careful with, just like with any chart, be careful with where you're buying it from and what you're spending, and but yeah, so I'm excited. It's gonna be a good week, and I will check in with you probably gonna take the week off next week just to celebrate and get some stitching done, and there'll be a haul. But maybe Saturday I will check in, or Friday. And yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for just joining me on my stitching journey, like I said. Oh, and plans, just really quick. I am going to be starting Queen Mermaid on the 20th for Vicky. This is our birthday start. Vicky reading and stitching, and we're gonna do this for our birthday start. So super excited. It's gonna be fun. I put her in a bag. This fabric actually she sent to Vic Stitch and Button, and it's got villains, sketched villains. I love it. Cicely is one of my favorite villains, as is Yzma. And then it's kind of like a purpley on the inside. And then vinyl front bags, and this is Stitch and Button. I have her group linked below. She sells amazing bags. They fit in 8x11 Q-snap. That's what Sammy kept telling everybody at the Stitch West retreat. And yeah, so I'm gonna start that, and then on my birthday I am going to stitch what was my unicorn chart. I'm going to stitch Violet. I'm so excited. And here's my progress on where she is right now. Lots of purple. So, and I think I've borrowed Tiger Lily from a friend, and so I think I'm going to put her on this other half of the fabric of this. So I think that'll be really pretty. All right, well, my friends, thank you for coming back. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate you, and we will talk to y'all later. Bye, my friends.